So hello, my name's Rob and this is Cattle Rabbit Scale Model Studios, and in this week's cheeky little extra video I'm going to be showing you how to paint warpstone in just 3 paints. Skaven miniatures are littered with this stuff and it's a great way of adding a pop of colour to your miniatures, and it is really easy to do. So in this video I'm going to be showing you on this guy here in real time how to paint warpstone. So without further ado, let's just start the video and dive straight in. So this method that I am about to show you, great for beginners or intermediates. It just gives a really good effect. I'm really happy with how this method turned out. Now, as you can see, I've got my miniature here, but it's primed brown. The first thing we're going to need to do is paint the area that we want to be warpstone with white. Corax white or Proacryl titanium white, or white titanium, I believe it's called. Really good recommendations for painting a surface white, but do try and get a nice smooth base coat. I do thin my paints down and I do a couple of coats here, but the aim is just to completely get a really good solid covering of the area that you want to be warpstone. Nothing really much to say about this. If it's not white, paint it white and let's move on. So our section is now base coated. Cool, we're a quarter of the way there already, as you can see. Now we are going to be using 2 paints here, and those that have followed the channel, I like mixing paints, and I think technical, contrast and washes, they mix really well. So in this video we're going to be using contrast warp lightning and then a technical paint tesseract glow. Now because these are contrast and washes, give them a really good shake. Make sure they're they're really well mixed. Little tip: if you're using washes, sometimes you get a little shine to them. It's because you haven't shaken it enough. So I'm going to open both of my pots here, as you can see, and then I'm going to get my warp lightning on my brush, and all I'm going to do is make sure I've got, it's fairly well loaded, but not, absolutely swimming in the stuff. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint all down the bottom till about the halfway mark. Obviously making sure that it's pooling in the areas that we want it to. Obviously we've got some nice sculpted detail to work with here. However, I'm not making sure it's absolutely soaking and dripping in the stuff. As you can see, just work your way all the way around with your warp lightning. You can add, but you can't take away. So do just kind of work a little bit sparingly here. And then once you've got, to the effect where you want it to be, I like to work about halfway. Quickly wash off your brush and dry it, and then come up with your tesseract glow, sorry, do beg your pardon. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to start pulling it into the warp lightning from the top down. And what it's going to do, it's going to mix on the part. As you can see already, it's starting to take effect. Just work your way around the entire thing like I'm doing here. You can always add a little bit more if you want it to be a little bit brighter at the end, or a little bit more purer, unmixed if you will, but that's really effectively it. The only thing we will need to do once you're happy with how it's looking is make sure that the whole thing is dry, like 100% dry. Don't touch it, just leave it, let it do its thing, and job done. As you can see, look, we're kind of halfway there already. Now everything has dried, we've got a really cool effect. You could leave it here if you wanted to, be done in just 2 paints. I think this gives a really good effect. You could also work the other way around. If you wanted your warpstone to kind of look like it was glowing from the bottom, do the tesseract glow towards where it's coming out of, and the warp lightning towards the end, as if it's emitting a bit more light. However, the last step is flash gets yellow, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to get a very little tiny dry brush, and we're just going to tickle the end. Because tesseract grow's kind of got that, I keep calling it tesseract grow, it's tesseract glow. It's got this kind of like yellowishy greenish tint to it. So this is just going to accentuate any kind of ripples or detail that's on our little bit of miniature here. So I'm just going to work off any excess on a brush, as you can see. And then literally I'm just going to work towards the end. I'm not going any further than halfway. And I'm just making sure I catch all that nice detail and little ridges and raised and bumps and bobbly bits. And that's it. That's literally all there is to it. I did actually paint all of these. These are the new Underworld models. They're fantastic. I had such good fun painting up this whole squad. I'm going to show you the whole squad at the moment because I did some really cool effects on them. But that's it, Warpstone Glow in just 3 paints. Let me know what you think, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helped you out. I'll see you all next time. God bless and take care.